welcome back to my channel.
Let's just take a quick second to address the elephant in the room. Yes, there is an assembly sticker on this piece of furniture. It was just assembled and the sticker would not come off. All right, anyway, back to the video.
In a bit of a different location today because my station looks like it's been hit by a tornado. It hasn't been, it's just been 2 conventions and a bout of bronchitis. But we're here. We're here. I put up a thing on Instagram. There was this cute little cosplay template that said name a cosplay and I'll give you a fun fact. And I was like, hey, this would be fun to do in a video. So I'm gonna take a look at the cosplays you submitted and I'm gonna tell you guys a whole bunch of fun facts about all my cosplays. Without further ado, let's get started. Also, I've decided if there are any repeats, I'm just going to do another fun fact. All right, let's see. Woohoo, we're starting strong with a deep cut here. I'm gonna keep them all anonymous, but let the record state this first one here was asked by my friend Anya, otherwise known as the Anya Panda, and she asked about Hiro Hamada. That is a throwback. So I think my fun fact about Hiro is that I actually cosplayed him before the movie came out. Usually I don't cosplay something until I know what it is or unless I know what it is, but I saw the trailer for Big Hero 6 and I knew I was going to like it. I didn't even know like what it was. I just saw him and I literally just thought to myself, I'm gonna cosplay him. I loved cosplaying Hero. I should bring that one back. Up next we have Dipper Pines. Now my fun fact about this, I know a lot of you already know this, but for those who don't, Ariel, who cosplayed Mabel with me, we're identical twins. So that was our first and so far our only actual twin cosplay. We do a lot of duos together, but Dipper and Mabel actually being twins, we were like, oh, we have to do this. And we love being Dipper and Mabel. Next up, it just says Spider-Man. The thing is, I've done multiple different Spider-Man looks, and I don't really know which one you're asking specifically. I don't really have a fun fact to go with my fancy RPC Studio Spider-Man suit, except for the fact that I can flex and say I own an RPC Studio Spider-Man suit, and I should bring that one back at some point. And then I have another Spider-Man costume upstairs that I haven't even worn yet. That's a fun fact. I don't know, I should definitely bring that one out sometime. But I guess I'm gonna go with the Homecoming suit because I have facts with that one. I guess the fun fact I'm gonna go with is that for my Homecoming costume, the Underoos one that I made, with the exception of the web shooters, because I had to buy those separate, the parts of it that I made, I was able to make for under $50. It was a Fruit of the Loom plain t-shirt, Fruit of the Loom plain kids sweatpants, and a Fruit of the Loom hoodie that I cut the sleeves off. I also bought leg warmers from Amazon and I had the shoes. The only part of that costume I didn't make, and that wasn't part of that initial $50, was these Spider-Man web shooters that I bought from the Disney store that were a size 3 and up. So yeah, that's my Spider-Man costume, an under $50 haul from Fruit of the Loom and a pair of little kids web shooters. We got one for Sheik from Legend of Zelda. I think my fun fact about that is that it was the first cosplay that I crocheted pieces for. I made the hat and the scarf and I was really proud of that. The not so fun fact is that Sheik was my first ever con crunch, where the night before the convention I was wearing the unitard while my mom and Ariel were sewing the pieces onto it for me. That was another really cheap cosplay though. The leotard was the most expensive part of it, and then everything else was made from like scrap materials that I had lying around. The tabard was a plain white t-shirt that nobody was using anymore, and I cut it up and painted it. I already had the white yarn. The bandages were also made from the t-shirt. We've got 2 for Vi from Arcane, so I'm gonna do 1 for my first Vi cosplay, season 1, and I'm gonna do 1 for Hot Mess Vi. Season 1, that whole cosplay was made out of thrifted materials. I think the only piece of it that I didn't thrift was the white tank top, but the blazer was thrifted, the pants were thrifted, the hoodie part was thrifted. So that cosplay was like really challenging. It might not necessarily look the best, but in terms of like learning new skills, I learned so many new skills for Vi. It was my first time dyeing clothing. It was my first time splicing a wig. It was my first time like thrift flipping, I suppose. And for that, I think it turned out really great. It definitely still needs some tweaks, but I'm very proud of her. As for Hot Mess Vi, I didn't really make a whole lot of that costume, but the fun fact is that I made that entire wig the night before I left for Ishocon, knowing that I was going to be her for the entire weekend. It's not my best craftsmanship, but you can't really tell because it's a black wig, and I couldn't even tell while I was making it that it wasn't my best work because it was all black. It's a very uncomfortable wig, but it works. I'm gonna have to rework it a little bit though. I got 3 for Shadowheart. You go, Shadowheart. So I guess I'm gonna give 3 facts. Fact number 1 is that I initially didn't want to cosplay Shadowheart. I wasn't super into Baldur's Gate when the group was in discussion. I actually wanted to be Karlach, but a different friend had called Karlach. I still might do Karlach eventually, but I guess fun fact number 1 is I wasn't even planning on being Shadowheart. Fun fact number 2, going back to like cosmetology school and stuff, I was always told that black hair was like the wrong choice for my hair after I'd already had black hair. And then I met Jennifer English at DragonCon, who plays Shadowheart. She doesn't even know that I'm a blonde under the wig. Actually, wait, she did. When I met Jennifer English, she already knew who I was because she had seen this TikTok. Okay, it's finally time to do what needs to be done. Aliona had seen this TikTok and she showed it to Jen. And then when I got to the front of the line, because Aliona had commented on it, I said, hey, I don't know if you're gonna remember me, but I had the video. She goes, Jen, it's the girl with the dolls. So anyway, fun fact was that I got recognized in Shadowheart by the voice actors. Fun fact number 3 is that Jennifer English told me that the black hair really suited me. It's not enough to make me consider actually dyeing my hair black, but kind of exciting. They're so unbelievably sweet. The members of Baldur's Gate that we met were just some of the nicest people ever. It was a really fun trip. Ramona Flowers. Ramona Flowers was my first ever attempt at dyeing a wig, and I think it went pretty well. I used an entire bottle of Rit dye. I don't think you're supposed to do that, but I definitely got the look that I wanted. Somebody requested Charles Xavier. That's a deep cut. For those of you who do not know, I did cosplay X-Men First Class flight suit Charles Xavier. It was my favorite cosplay. The fun / not so fun fact is that I literally wore that cosplay until it fell apart. The reason it has not come back is because it is broken. The fun fact is that it's being repaired this year, and I'm bringing him back. There might not be a single demand for him. I don't give a shit. I am so excited to cosplay my boyfriend again. It's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so great. I've had a crush on James McAvoy for 10 years. Somebody has requested the secret cosplay from my Instagram story that nobody could guess correctly last week. For those of you who didn't see it, I put on my story that I was crocheting a cosplay, and I said, I'm almost done with it. Who wants to guess what it is? We're gonna play a game of hot and cold. And everybody was freezing. I thought this character was extremely Zoe coded, so either my online persona is really working, or I don't even know myself. Anywho, in that process, somebody also said, is it from mouthwashing? And I was like, there is also a mouthwashing cosplay happening. Bonus points to whoever could guess that. And guess what? Nobody guessed that correctly either. And I thought that was Zoe coded too. I guess this is 2 fun facts. Number 1 fun fact, I'm cosplaying Daisuke, you weirdos. You couldn't guess Daisuke? The useless ray of f***ing sunshine? It's me! You might be thinking like, oh, isn't there like a girl in that game? Yeah, there's one. Y'all kept guessing Curly. Is it because we're both blonde? I've made videos about this, guys. Just because we're blonde doesn't mean we know each other. But anyway, the cosplay that I wanted people to guess, it's Chilchuck from Dungeon Meshi. Come on, you guys. It's a stupid little guy. I love stupid little guys. I almost exclusively cosplay stupid little guys. It's Chilchuck! Anyway, the fun fact is that it is almost entirely crocheted. The only pieces of it that I didn't crochet were the undershirt and the pants. But my goal is to one day also make, I'm not gonna crochet it, that would be way too hot. But my goal is to one day sew a new shirt and new pants when I learn how to sew, so I can enter them into a craftsmanship contest. I may not do that, but the fact of the matter is that the tunic, the gloves, the scarf, and the like socks, the little sock leg warmers. I did leg warmers because I don't have the time to make socks for this convention. I made them. I crocheted them myself. And the only thing I used a pattern for were the gloves. I've also been working on a walkthrough video for that so y'all can see the process for that, so stay tuned. Stay tuned for Chilchuck and Daisuke. They're both part of really big groups and I'm really excited about it. Those appear to be all of my submissions. Thank you to everybody who took part. If you want to take part in future videos, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I have a broadcast channel called Audience Participation Needed, and whenever I'm working on a YouTube video that requires audience participation, like this one, I reach out to you guys and I reach out from there. So make sure to follow me on Instagram, make sure to subscribe to that channel, make sure to subscribe to this channel for that matter. That's all for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye!